Okay, so what we'll do now, guys, here we'll be starting with the day 3, which is all about SAS functions. We'll start with SAS advanced queries, which is all about little advanced functions, which is used in the SAS. Now, what I will do here, I'll be going to start here with the SAS functions part. So what I'll do, going back to my SAS window, this is a SAS window where we have to go for day 3 today. So in day 3, we have to create the same folder structure. One is called a1.raw data, raw underscore data, SAS code, SAS dataset, and SAS output. So how to go for creating those folders here? If you create it, go for right click, create a new folder here. Call this as a1.raw underscore data, right? So I can go for folder, which is called a2.sas underscore code. Then you will go for A3, the new folder, which is called A3.sas underscore dataset. Now you'll go for creating a new folder called a4.sas output, right? Now, in this, you will go for creating a new program. I want to save this program into my day 3. This is called SAS code. In this folder, I want to save this as day 3 SAS code. Okay. So now we will start with SAS functions. We'll start with SAS functions. Functions are 3 types. We'll start with number 1, your character functions. Second one is your numeric functions. And third one is your datetime functions. So we want to go for doing these all 3 functions now. Starting with the character functions, what we will do in the character function, now let me show you here. We will be doing, these are the character functions in SAS. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll start with understanding uppercase, lowercase, proper case. Now let me go for putting this way. Now let's start understanding about uppercase, lowercase, propercase function, how to go for using it. What I'll do here, guys, I'm going to create a data set for you, which I'm pasting here. This is the student details in file card DSD DLM. You are taking this as what name, gender, and age and course. If you run this program, what you see, your data set has been created with the name of, with the variable of 4, name, gender, age, and course. What I want to do here, in this data set, I will say data, same data set this data set name. I want to go for creating this name. I will say name underscore cap. That means everything I want to go for capital name. For that, I will use a function called upcase, and I'll take the variable name, which is called name, and I say semicolon. Then I want to go for name with small. For that, we have to use lowercase is a function here where I'll take the variable that I want to present this into lowercase. I want to go for name with prop. Prop case means proper case. I'll go for prop case bracket start. I'll take the variable name and I will say run the program. I will call this proc print data is equal to student details. This is how I will run the program. Now, if I run this program, what is the output is coming? The name is coming in capital. The name is coming in small case. The name is coming in proper case. What is the function for that in SAS? We call upcase, lowercase, and prop case. Is this clear to all of you guys, everyone? Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'll start with the next function, which is called substring. What is substring? For example, data. I create the dataset name is called XYG. And I say some text, I want to take it here. Text is going to be A, B, C, D, E. And I say run. If I run the program, proc print data is equal to XYG. What is happening here, guys? If I run this program, I have only one variable that is called text, which is going to be A, B, C, D, E is the value. Now, what I'm doing here in this data set, I want to go for using substring, right? So what I will do, I'll say first 3 char. First 3 characters, how to get out of this text. If I want to go for getting this, I'll say equal sign. The function name is substring, right? Substring with what? Text from 1 to 3 character. Are you getting this? If I say I want to go for getting middle 3 character, right? So I will say what substring of 3 2 to 3. If I say last three character, right? If I want to go for like taking this as last three character, I will say 3 to 3. Okay. Now, question, if you run this program, what is substring is doing and how it is helping? When it's a substring 1 to 3 is reading 1, 2, 3 over here. When it's a substring as 2 to 3 is reading from second character to 3. B, C, D is coming. When it's a substring of last 3, which is 3 to 3, that means third character to third character is going to come in here. Does it make sense to all of you guys? How substring is going to get the output, right? Okay. Okay. Now, since we understand the example of substring, right? Now we'll have a test. In this test, what I'll do here, I will use something called data. I will call this, let's say, product SKU. Okay. Is that clear now? Right? I write here input SKU, which is given as a character. I use cards. I use cards to put those SKUs. SKUs is what? C123 hyphen 8956. Right? Then it is given as S456 hyphen 89023. Then I have A234 hyphen, I'll say 90456. Then I have given as D234 hyphen 67543. Now this is what is given to you. This is called SKU ID. This is called SKU number. I want to retrieve from this SKU which is given here. Now if I run this program, it may not give you the exact length because more than 8 character. I should define this to 15 dot. Now if I run this program, proc print data is equal to prod SKU. If I run this program, what is happening here, guys? I can see that it is coming with my SKU number. What I said before hyphen, I want to get my SKU ID. After hyphen, I want to get my SKU number, right? So I want to retrieve what? I'll take this data set. I will write here data, this data set name, set as the set name, SKU underscore ID. How do you get this SKU ID? You will say substring. Substring of what? SKU from what? 1 to 4 character long. Does it make sense? Then you will go for SKU underscore number. What you'll do here? Substring. Now you will say SKU with what?
5.
You will say,
5.
you will go for 6 to 5 character. You will say 6 to 5. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone?
Yes.
What will happen if you go for running this program with proc print, the ultimate output will come as this. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone?
Yes.
Clear now? Right. Now, you know what? There is an interview question. Note, the interview question is in substring, we give static char position to number of characters you want to read. Yes or no? What is the maximum character it can read after the first char? This is an interview question. The answer is 256 max characters. Are you getting it, guys?
Yes.
It can read. This is a definite interview question. What does it mean? It means while you are reading this, what is the maximum character it can read up to? What is the maximum character it can read up to? 256. So now if you run this program, you get this output is coming. Is this clear now? So it cannot be going more than 256 characters. Okay. Now we'll talk about the next function, which is saying index, index C, index W. Okay. Now for index, index C, index W, I'll give some examples here. Right. Okay. So for giving this, I write here data student details. Okay. Input comment colon dollar 100 dot. I use cards. The comment which I will write here in the class In the class, I put that name is, let's say, Rakshit. What is the name is given? Rakshit. In the class, the topper name is given as Prakshit. In the class, the topper name is Komal. In the class, the topper name is Rakshit. Right? I write this program, proc print data is equal to what? Student details. Now, what is this actual name? Why I'm not able to read this data, guys? Can anyone tell me? Huh? We have given this length is what? We have to give it here as $1 to 100. Does it read? It is reading up to what? Only two observations. So for that, you have to use your what? In file cards. Then you will be using as what here? Trunk over. If I use trunk over, what will happen? It will read all the lines. Okay. So why it has happened so? Because if you are defining the length through cards, it is difficult to read. So you have to use in file cards, trunk over as an option to see the maximum length of 100 is going to get the value. Now, what I want to do here, data set as this. I want to get the position of what? The position of, let's say, Prakshit. Okay, clear now? So when I want to see the position of Prakshit, I say uh, Rakshit position. Okay, so which is the position for Rakshit here? It is going with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Which is the position Rakshit is starting? 29. So I will be using a function called index. Index with what? The field name is comment, and you want to search for the word name is what? Rakshit. Is this clear? Right? So the Rakshit position using index. Now I want to see Rakshit position using index W function. Okay, which is called word. Now I want to go for searching for index with C. Okay. I'll show you what is happening, guys. Proc print, and I said run the program. What is happening here? The first one is index. What is it searching for? Index. Index is searching for the particular word called Rakshit. It is reading Rakshit in which position? 29. It is reading Rakshit in which position? 30th position. It is not having Rakshit here. It is not having Rakshit with H is also missing. That's why it is coming as 0. Is this clear now? So index is going to search for particular word where particular character where it is starting with. Now index W, what is index W is going to do here? Is going to search for the particular word. If it is Rakshit, is going to find the Rakshit position is 29. It is Prakshit, it is not Rakshit. Are you getting this? It is Komal, it is coming 0. It is Rakshit, it's going to be 0. It's not so coming with a full name of Rakshit here. So it's coming 0. So which is more accurate? Index W. Then you are going for index C. In Rakshit, what is the first character? Second character? Third character? K S H I T H. Now it is going index C, a character from Rakshit. Whatever character come first, that is going to search. That means in Rakshit, I is there. Yes or no? In this, I is starting from the beginning. So it's coming as what? 1, 1, 1. Are you getting this? Any character position is going to give you that value is here. Okay. Now, why we go for index, index C, index W? I'll give another example to you guys. Okay. What is happening here? I'll give this. This is called example. We are searching in Google. What people are searching in Google? Best laptop in India, right? HP based product in India, laptop price for HP in India, India's best HP laptop, something like people are searching. What we're doing here, we are searching with what index C, index, and index W with what the word HP. When you run this program, what is happening here? It is going to give you as what? When you say index, this is going to be index C, index, and index W. Look for index only. So wherever the output is coming with HP, wherever it is going to give the position. HP is starting from first character, HP is starting here from 18th character, HP is starting here from 14th character. Does it make sense? Now, since you understand index C, it will search for the character. Index will search for the word you are looking at, which each characters, and index W, particularly word HP means it will search for only HP. Is this clear now? Now, we'll do a small example to make you understand how we go with this. Okay. Now, both substring and index function together. How do you go for substring and index function? It is given student full name, which is given as Pratiksha Panda, Subhasri Chaudhary, Pragya Raj Raut is given as Lopamudra Sarangi, Sekhar Patnaik, Sudha Priyadarshini. This is what the name is given for the students. Yes or no, guys? Now you have been asked to get the first name and the last name from this. That means anything before the space is all first. Anything after the space is coming as last name. So how do you go for applying this to this data set to get the output here? What you'll do here, guys? Data, you will take the student full name. Set as what? Student full name. To get the first, you will say student first underscore name. How do you go for doing this? Substring. Substring of what? Full name with 1 to what light here? Index of what? Full name with a space, then -1. Why will you use -1? Wherever the space position comes from there, one character back. And how to go for student last underscore name? What will you use here?
M+1.
Substring. You will write what? Full name, index. Index of what?
Plus.
With position. Wherever the position comes, +1. Maximum how many characters we can write here? 256, but we can write here up
256.
to 20, right? If I run this program, proc print data is equal to, you can see here, student full name. Now, what you will achieve out of this, you'll be achieving your first name and last name is both are coming. Does it make sense to all of you guys how to go for getting the first name and last name? Everyone clear now? Okay. Now the question is
Yes.
coming. How to get first, middle, and from name. Okay. So guys, now let's search for this. Go to your chart mama. In SAS, give example to read. There were some issues with voice. Now it is okay. People are saying. Are you seeing these guys here, everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is it happening? You are given first, middle, and the last name is given. How do you read this name? It is going by scanner. So I'll show you here how to go for doing this here. So now this example, let me show it. I'll go for creating a name. Let's say my name is Devendra Devadatta Das. I put it here. Santosh Kumar Lenka. I put it here. Mohan Das Karam Chand Gandhi. Then I'll give the name here. So where it? Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Is this clear now? Now what is it asking you? To read the first, middle, and the last name. So how to go for doing this? Data, full name, set as this, right? First name. You will use scan. Scan of what? Full name. How do you want to read this? Scan with the position you want to give it here. And you want to read scan first before what? A space. This is the first name. Now, when is I want to go for middle name? Scan with after the first space. That is 2. When you say last name, how will you go for reading this? After 3 means after the second space. This is how you are going to get this is equal to what? Student full name, and you can run this program. Does it make sense to all of you guys how to get your first, middle, and the last name? Somebody's going to ask you.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good. Now, right, left, and length, though it is not that important, but I want to give you this example. Let's say data xyg. I write here text is equal to ABC. Okay. Now, I will use here left underscore text. What I'll use here, I'll use the function called left for text value. Is this clear now? Same way, right underscore text. What will I do here? I'll be using right text. If I say that length of text, how will I go for doing this? Length of the text. Now, length means length. This is the function you want to use. Now, if you say proc print data is equal to xyg and say run, what is happening here, guys? It is going to get the value. When you say left, it is not coming here perfectly, but when you take it to the output window, it comes. Since it is coming in our HTML output, it is not showing right align. Right means right align, left means left align. Length is going to see that number of characters in the text. Is this clear? Next
Yes,
is
sir.
your compress and compile. Now let me give you an example of compress and compile here. Okay. Here is an example to you. I have a data set called Agadam Bagadam. I have given the text, length of the text is what? 200 characters. I put the text like this. Are you getting this, guys? Somebody says, can you please separate all the character from the text, separate all the numbers from the text, separate all the special character from the text? I want to separate them out. So how will I go for doing this? I will select this. I'll write what? Data, this. Set as this. I'll say all cats. How will you get all characters? You will use the function called compress. Bracket start. What is the variable name? Text. In this variable, there is a function called, if you go for keeping one more comma, just say double comma, consecutive comma here, then write K and A. This means you are keeping alphabet. What you're doing here? Compress with keeping alphabet. If you say all nums, you write what? K, D. If you want to see all spatial cats, for that you will write what? Keep punctuations. If you run the program, you know what? Proc print data is equal to agadam bagadam. The moment you run this program, what you see, guys, here, you see all the character has been separated, all the numbers have been separated, all the special characters has been separated too. So that is why we go for using compress. Another example for the compress, right? I have given, let's say, okay. So what I do here, okay. Now, what is happening here, guys? I have a student full name. Can you see this? It is given up to what? 50 character long to read. So when I run this program, student new name as compressed to full name. What compress will do? What compress is doing? It is removing the spaces in between. Are you getting this? Right. Now I'll give the same example to you one more time. This time, what I'm giving here in between, guys?
Kilometer. Yes, sir.
Right? I have not given any space. Now, if I run this program with compress, what is happening? Does it remove this hyphen? No, right? But in the compress, if I use here hyphen, what will happen is going to remove this by hyphen also. Whatever you say compress, it is compressed by deleting that value. Does it make sense how the compress is working, guys? Everyone? Right.
Yes.
Now, I'll give another example to you where I will say use of comp BL means it means compress with a blank. What does it mean? For example, you have new name here. I have new name 1 and new name 2. In this, I use a function called come blank. Understood now? If you run this program, what is happening? When you say student name 1 is going to be compressed without any blank. When you say student name 2, what is that? It is compressed with one blank in between. So what is happening here? Compress will get the characters removing spatial, removing all the spaces in between. Are you getting it? Now, what these will do, when you say compile will get characters, removing all the spaces. No, compile compile will get the character removing all the spaces by keeping only one space in between. Is this clear now, guys? Clear now? Okay, done. Now we'll talk about example of cat X, and cat S and cat T. What does it mean? So cat means concatenation. So here is an example to you guys. What is happening? When you say first name is DV, last name is analytics, there is a trailing space and there is a leading space. Both are given. Leading space and the trailing space is given here. There's a trailing space. There are space. When you say name 1, concatenate. Cat means concatenate first name and last name. When you say cat X means concatenate with some special character. So it's concatenating the first and last name with underscore. Then you say cat T, which is going to concatenate with the trimming. Trimming means removing all the spaces before and after to get the values. Cat S means concatenate by removing the spaces in between. If I run this program, what is happening here? When you say cat is going by what? So let me put this way. Name 1 using cat function. Name 2 using cat X. Name 3 using cat T. Name 4 is using cat S. If you run this program, what is happening guys here? Cat is going to concatenate by keeping one space. Cat X is going to keep concatenation by making this space to what? Underscore. Cat T concatenate after trimming the leading and trailing spaces, which is coming like this. Cat is concatenating after removing all the spaces in between to get the value as this. Does it make sense how it is working, guys?
Yes, sir.
Concatenate after removing the spaces, concatenate after trimming the data, concatenate by giving a delimiter within the data, concatenate as this. Now, let's do one thing. Data all, right? Text 1 is given as A. Text 2 is given as B. Now, text 3 is given as C. Okay. Now, what you want to do here, you want to create all char 1, where you have to use cat function with what? Text 1, text 2, and what? Text 3. Is this clear now? Now, char all cat 2. What you're doing here? You're using cat X. where you are keeping this space in between as a delimiter or slash as a delimiter. Is that clear now? Now you
Yes, sir.
go for all cat 3, where you are going to use this by trimming. Trimming of what? Text 1, text 2, text 3. Okay. So I put it here, space, 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 starting and ending. Is this clear now? Then I go for all cat 4, which is going by what? Space. Now what I'll do here, I'll say run proc print and I say run the program. If I do this, what is happening here, guys? See, when you say cat, it is concatenating by keeping the space also. It's coming ABC. When you say cat X by giving us what? It is coming A slash B slash C. When you say cat T, by trimming all the leading and trailing spaces, going to give you value as what? ABC. When you say cat S, what is doing here? Is removing all the spaces, leading, trailing, whatever in between, is going to get the value as what? ABC. Does it make sense to all? What is the difference between cat, cat X,
Yes,
cat
sir.
T, cat S? Clear now? Okay. Next is called tran word. Okay. Now, what is called tran word? Transfer the word that is called tran word. I'll give an example to you guys here. I just want to save time, so I'll just copy paste to explain you guys. It is Sachin Endulkar. Is it Endulkar? No, it is Tendulkar, right? What do you want to do? You want to replace Endulkar to Tendulkar. So we are using transfer the word. The function name is tran word. Right name. The name is given. Right name is name. Wherever Endulkar is written, change it to Tendulkar. If you run this program, now it is coming as what? New name Sachin Tendulkar, not Endulkar. This is the program for that. Does it make sense to all of you guys? How tran word is working, right? Next is all about your find function. So find is just like index function. It's going to find and it's going to present that. So here is an example of find function. What are you doing in this? You are searching the position of what? Endulkar. You are using find Endulkar in the name called Sachin Tendulkar. What is it giving you here? Endulkar start from the position of what? 8. In your index function, you have index, index C, index W. But you find you're going to find the particular word, which is index W. The word is what? Starting from 8 character. Understood now, guys?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Now, so now what I can show you here, even if it is given the first name, last name, we can also use the find function to find the position and replace this. Yes or no? The one which we did by index, we can also use by find to get this output. This is an example. Okay. Okay. Now we'll go for the next function called scan. Just now I completed scan, but I'll give you one more example on scan. Okay. In this scan, what the text written? Devendra underscore Devadatta, then comma, Das is given. Correct? What I'm saying, first name, scan the name before underscore. One means before underscore the characters. Before the delimiter underscore, what is the character? Devendra is coming. Now, 2 means after the underscore and before the comma. What is the value is coming? Devadatta. After the underscore and before the comma. Now, if you want to say Das, Das is coming what? After comma. So after means what? You will say 2 after comma. If you run this program, you get the output where your Devendra, Devadatta, Das is all been separated. Is this clear now, guys? I'll have a test. Ready for the test? Right. In the test, I have written a name like this. India hyphen 2023 hyphen 45,000 comma uh, world hyphen USA slash 23 hyphen 90. So this is something given like this. Or maybe change it to my name is Devendra Das, age 43. Then I write here slash PSD. Then I write here Odisha. Then I write here pipe, or I give a pipe here. I'll go for getting this value as, let's say, India. So in this, first name, last name, age, education, state, and the country is given. How will you go for separate this out? Using this. If I say do this and get the output, you write this is into your text. What I want to achieve here, first of all, the first underscore name. How will I achieve this? Scan. Scan of what? Name. Before what? Before delimiter comma. Done now? Everyone? Right.
Yes, yes, sir.
How to get my last name? What is that scanning? I'll do it here. After comma, before hyphen. Okay. How will I get my age? Age. No. After hyphen, what is that? Before the slash.
Slash.
How will I get my education? Sorry. After slash, before hyphen. Okay. How will I get my state? After hyphen,
5.
5. Okay. How will I get my country? After 5. That's it. Am I getting my output correctly here? Everyone. Where is the error is coming?
Education state.
Sorry. Where I'm getting the error?
Education and state.
Okay. Age is correct. Education and okay. Why education is not coming? Education is what? Education is what? After the slash?
Okay. Because there are two
Probably it is reading that dash, the
So
previous
no,
dash.
not 2, 3, 4. What will I write here for getting my education? Shall I write 3? See what is happening.
Slash before icon.
Does it come? Yes. How to go for my state now? Right? Okay. Shall I write 4 to get my so this is education is coming, na? State. Shall I write 4 to get my is coming as what? Shall I write 3?
Indeed.
Is this coming?
Yes, sir.
So did you understand how to go for putting these guys? This is how we can go for scanning the data using the scan function, right? Now next
Sir,
is called, yes.
sir, the 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I am not understanding how to.
1 means before the comma. Before comma is coming what? Devendra?
Name. Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? Now 2 means
Yes, sir.
after comma, but before hyphen. What is that?
Icon.
Like that you have to understand.
Dash. Title.
Understood?
3
You have to-
means
After the second hyphen. After the second, this is how many hyphens have gone? For Odisha, how many hyphens you will go for? 1 hyphen gone, second hyphen gone. This is what? After second hyphen means 3. Okay?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll talk about guys how to go for using translate. Mostly in the bank, when you see the account number is coming to your email, it is masked by what? XXXXXX, last 4 digit of your account number or your debit card number. So what we do here, we use a function translate where we are saying, please replace 1 by alphabet X, 2 by alphabet B, 3 by alphabet A, 4 by alphabet Y, 5 by alphabet E, and 6 by alphabet H, and 7 by alphabet S, and 8 by alphabet Q. Now, what will happen? If you run this program, the mask account number is going to change by what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has been changed by this. Clear now? Understood now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is how we go for creating translate function to mask the account number to any special character you want to call them on. Now, very important function, guys, input and put. What is input and put is doing? Input and put is not all about your, what you can call this as, sorry. I'll give an example here. Data, student, score. I write input, student ID is in dollar. Then I write the year, which is given as number, and it is given as a score, which is given as character. So I put it here. Student name is David. David in the year 2020 has scored 900. Then Max. Max has scored in 2021, let's say 560. Then Kelvin. Okay. So Kelvin has scored in 2022 800. So now ultimately what is happening guys here, if you say proc print data is equal to what? Student score. 1 minute. I've given intentionally. So what is happening? Your score is in what? Character. But score should be in what? Numeric.
Numeric.
So what will I do here to convert a character to numeric and numeric to character? I will say data set. I will create something called year. That is called new underscore year. To convert numeric to character, we'll use function called put. Put to which field? Year. Now that year you want to give it as $e dot. Is this clear now? Now you'll go for new score. You will use input function for score to call this as 10 dot. Is this clear now? So what you did here, ultimately, if you go for running this program, you have converted your score from character to numeric. You have converted the year from number to character. How will you check that? You write proc contains data is equal to what? Score and var_num. If you run this program, what is happening here? You can see student was character, year was number, score was character. Now new year is character and new score is number. So what is you doing here? You will say put function to convert to convert numeric to character value, and input function to convert character to numeric value. This is a very, very important function that we should know. Is this clear to all of you guys, everyone?
Yes,
Now
sir.
we'll start with the next, which is called numeric functions. Your all character functions have been finished. We'll move on to numeric, then we'll go for datetime functions. Now let me go for your numeric functions now. Sum, mean, median, maximum, ceiling, flooring, whatever is there, we'll do it now. What we'll do here, we'll take this example. Okay. What do you see? There is a product sales, which is Apple, Dell, HP has been sold out Jan to June, correct? Now, data prod sales, set prod sales. How will you go for looking at the total sales, right? How do you go for looking at the total sales? What we'll do here is going to be Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June. Is this clear now? Right. Now, total sales for all. I'm just using an expression. I can also do total sales by addition, total sales by sum. In sum, what we write here, the function is going by Jan, comma, Feb, comma, March, comma, April, comma, May, comma, June, and bracket close. Then we'll go for sum 1 and sum 2. In this sum 2, I write here sum of. I write here sum of Jan double hyphen. You'll go for June. Is this clear now, guys?
Yes.
Then you'll go for sum 3. Some people they do Jan to June. What will happen? Right? Now let's run this program and see what is happening. When we run this program, what is it giving you here, guys? the addition is going to make 800 plus 400 is 1200, 300, 1500, 1700, 2200, and 800 is 3000. Yes or no? When you say the function sum with Jan, Feb, March, April, it is going to get a result as what? Same, 3000. Yes or no?
Yes.
But when you say sum of Jan double hyphen June, it is also getting the result of what? 3000. But when you say sum of Jan hyphen June, it is taking Jan minus June. 800 to 800 is coming as what? 0. 200 to 500 as coming as minus 300. Does it make sense what is happening if you say sum like this? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes,
Clear
sir.
now? Okay. Now, if I say average sales, average underscore sales, how will I get it? I'll use a function called mean of Jan to. If I say minimum sales and max sales, what I write here the function? Mean. What I write the function here? Max. If I run this program, does it give me the right output for me, guys? Everyone. Average sales is coming as what? 500. Yes or no? Minimum sales is of what? 200. Maximum sales is of what? 800 for that particular product in Jan to June. Is this clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Now we'll talk about these functions. If you want to go for standard deviation, how to go for standard deviation? If you say, you will use the function name called STD. That is going to give you standard deviation. I will be explaining about statistics very thoroughly in the first week of December when I take your machine learning. Before starting machine learning, I'll thorough you with statistical concept first. Then I'll talk about standard deviation there. Is this clear to all of you guys? Now we'll talk about ceiling, flooring, integer, and round. I'll give this example to you here. 1234.6890. I want to go for integer value. I want to go for flooring value. I want to go for ceiling value. I want to go for round value. If you run this program, what is happening? Integer is going to read this as what? 1234, right? Now, if when you say I want to go for reading this flooring, flooring is also going to read this value as what? 1234. But if you say ceiling, ceiling will read the next highest value, which is 1234, 1235, which is coming here. Can you see this? Now, when you say round, round is going to get this number rounded by what? Which is also coming the result as what? 1235. Is this clear now? How to go for rounding the number? Everyone clear
Yes, sir.
now? Right. What will happen? Round with 2. Does it work? Does it work now, guys? It is working. What is the output is coming? 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I simply say round with sales, what is the value will come in here? 1, 2, 3, 5. Is this clear now? Okay. Perfect. Now we'll go for your datetime functions. Yeah, very good things are coming up. Now let me go for explaining about the datetime function. There is a function called date, today, year function, which is bracket start close. Let me put it here this way. You have a month function, which is also bracket start close. You have a day function, which is also bracket start close. Your MDY functions, month, day, year, which is bracket start close. INTCK functions, bracket start close. INTNX function, which is also bracket start close. Now date time part, and time part, hour, minute, seconds, weekdays. Now let's go and do this here. When you say data, all date, okay? So how will I go for writing this program? Let me write this program for you here. Data X, Y, G, right? Today, the current underscore date. What I write here? Date bracket start close, and I say run the program. When I run this program, what will happen, guys? It is going to get you the variable current date with today's date, but it is going to give the today's date into in format. It is giving in format, but if you want to read the today's date, what will write here? Format current date into what? MMDDYY 10 dot format. If you run this program, you get the output is coming. Same thing, the way you use date function, you can also use here today. What light here, guys? Today. Understood? You can also get the output by today. You can get the same result here. Is this clear now? So both date function and today is going to get the same. Clear now? Okay. Now there is something called all date, today, date time. And if you run this date time without format, what will happen, guys, here? It is going to get the value as this way. 20775529. It is date time in format value. But if you want to get this date time into format value, the function is going to come as format today date, which is going to be date time 40 dot. The moment you run this program, what you see, guys, here, it is giving the output as what? Current date and the time. Is this clear now? Okay. Now what is called month, day, year? If you say date as today's date, month function of today's date, year function of today's date, day function of today's date, year month means what? Year of today date multiplied by 100, month of today date, which is going to be what? Right. Now format today's date is going to date 9 dot. If you run this program, what is happening? Is coming this. Yes or no? Now let's do a test here. In the test, I will say data x, y, g. Is this clear now? Right. I put start underscore date. I give the date as 23 December 2023. And I have to put D here. Why? If I don't use D, it is not going to read this as date format. Clear now? How to print this? I'll say format start date as mmddyy 10 dot format. I will say run the program proc print data is equal to x, y, and g. If you run this program, what is happening, guys, here? What is happening? Is coming current date. Now from this current date, I want to get my year, right? What I'll write here? Start year. How to get this? Year function of what?
Date.
Start date. How to go for start month? What I'll write here? Month function of. How to go for start day? What I'll write here? Day function of date, right? How to go for start year month? What I'll write here? Year function of start date multiplied by 100 plus month function of, which is going to be as what? Year month. Are you getting this? Right. Now let's search how to get month name in words from a date value in SAS. Are you getting this, guys? What is it saying here? You have to use put the date into what? Month name 5 dot, right? So now keeping that in mind, start month name. How do you go for giving this? You will use the function called put with what? Start date, comma. What's the function name? Mon name dot. Yes or no? Everyone, right?
Yes.
Same way, I'll search for to get the day name. Are you getting this? What is that given here? Do name, right? So now let's apply it here. You will use what? The function name, right? Now say run proc print, and you can say run. If I run this program, what is the output is coming, guys, here? December, Saturday is coming. Now, what normally we do here, guys, just to show this into a format, Just show this in a format 3 dot 3 dot. What it will give you now the output? DEC and SAT, not full name. Is this clear now? Right.
Yes.
Next is called very important function called MDY. Have you heard about MDY, guys? No, right? Data XYG. Your year is given 2020. Your month is given 12. Your day is given 23. Right? How to get the date value from this? You will use MDY. MDY will start with what, guys? If you go for MDY, it starts with what, guys?
Month.
Month, day, and year. So you write what? Month, comma, day, comma, right? What write here? Format. Format to what? The date value as what? Shall we see this output is coming or not? Everyone. Is this coming? Is this clear now? Understood? Okay.
Yes.
It is coming as date format. Clear? Okay. Now going for how to go for retrieving the data. I think it is given here already. Okay. Now next is how to go for identify date time. This is called today date time. Date time will go with what format? Date time 40 dot. Current date is what? Date part from today's date, which is date time. Time, current time is what? Time part function from today, which is coming date time. Hour from today, minutes from today, seconds from today. And current weekday is weekday from current date, right? Week number, which is going to week from current date. So if you run this program, what you see, the output is coming this way. Does it make sense to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear? Huh? Right. Now, let's do an example here. Data XYG. I'll go for date time, which is given here, right? It is given 23rd December 2020, then colon, is given like this. It is given as 12, 10. And you write what? DT. So what is the date format here? If you run this program without format, what will happen, guys? Let's say somebody has given the data value, which is coming with date time. I want to change it. I want to find out the time. For example, in DV, we get the leads, right? The leads come to the system with date and time when the leads have been generated. We have to understand from the date time, which time the leads are getting generated. For example, mostly we have observed the lead generation happen after 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Mostly people are using social media. That is how the lead is coming. How will you go? How will you do that? If you have a date time, you can retrieve the time. You can find it out, right? So ultimately, if you run this program, what is happening? It is giving the value in this in format date value, date time value. To get this date time, what write here? Format, right? Format to what? Date time. What is the format here? Date time 40 dot. If I run this query, did I get my date time here? Right. I want to get this date from this current date. How will I get this date time? So I'll right side date part. From where? Date time. If I want to get the time part, current date is there, current time. If I want to get the current time, what I'll write here? I'll write what? Time part. If I want to get current hour, current minutes, current seconds, I want to go for current hour, current minute, current second. How will you go for it? What right here? Hour. Right here? Right here? Is this clear now? Understood? So how to get this particular date, which day or which number, week day and week number? How to get this? Current weekday. Which is the function here? weekday function for what? Current date. Are you getting it? How to go for week number? The function name is what? Not as week num, it is week. Got it now, guys? Now, if I run this program, I write also what? Format to what? Current date as what? MMDDYY 10 dot format. Now, is there any format for time? It will come to your mind, yes or no? So current time, it will go with time 5 dot format. Now let's look at it here. Does it give the right output? Now current time is what? 12:47 as per the data. Current minute is what? 47. Second is what? 10. Weekday is coming as what? 4. 4 means this is Sunday is 1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. At the week norm in a particular month, how many weeks are there? 52 weeks, and this is the 51 week running. Is this clear now? Okay. Now next is your difference between two dates. Sorry. I got cold, very bad cold, guys. Now, I want to go for date difference between two dates. So, how to go for looking at the date difference? Let me show you here. Okay. Now, data, let's say DV dates. So, we have given a start date. When DV was started, it was 15th October 2010 and D. Why I'm giving D? Because it's going to read this is date value. This is the start date in DV. Now I want to go for current date. What function I'll use to get the current date? Date. What I write here? Format to my start date and current date. In which format? DDYY 10 dot format. I'll say run to call this as proc print and I say run. If I run this program, what is happening? Start date and current date is coming. Now within start date to current date, I want to get as what? DV years old. There's a function called intck. I will write what I want to see, that year gap between what? Start date to what? Current date. Is this clear now? DV years old. If I want to see DV months old, what will I write here, guys? Sorry? I'll write here month. If I want to get DV with days old,
D.
what I write the function? Day. If I want to see how many quarters old, what I write here? You like QTR? You're saying like this? Okay. Now run. You will say, if you run this query, what is happening? This is 15 years old, 180 months, days old is 5945 days, and 60 quarters already. 15 years means 1 year, 4 quarters, 60 quarters have completed. Did you see what is the function we use for date difference? int ck. Okay. Okay. Now this is all done. Next is how to add month days to a particular date value. Okay. So now let me show you here how to add. Let's say data xyg, right? Current date. What is current date, guys? Date bracket start and close. Yes or no? After this, what I'll write here? Format current date into what? MMDDYY 10 dot format. Now add 5 days. How will you add 5 days? You will write a function called intnx. Then you want to add what? Day. Right? You want to add what? Day. Day to what? The current date. By how many days? 5 days. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right. 1 minute, guys. Very bad cold. Ah, ah. Okay. Now you want to go for adding 5 months. What light here? Month. But after adding 5 months, you want to see B. What is the significance of B? It is going to add 5 months, but give the month's first day, beginning of the date. Now you go for months 1, months 2, and months 3. I'll show you what is the difference. B, S, and E. E means end of the month. S means current date to 5 months to the same date. Now you will go for adding 5 years. What do you write here? Year with what? 5, and I'll say S. Now you can say run to proc print and run. Okay. What I have to do here, I have to use format to what? All these date value. Raj? Understood now? Right? Now, if you run this program, what is happening? When you say 5 days added, today is what? 31st October. It is coming as 5th November. When you say 5 months added, what is that happening here? Right? So it is going to be 31st October. 5 months B means what? It is going to 5 months from today, which is March, beginning of the March, 1st March 2026. When you say 5 months, then it is going to be S. S means what? Same 31st is going to 30th, 31st March of 2026. 1, 2, 3, right? This is month 1, month 2, and month 3. Huh? Okay, now it is happening what? When you say E is going for what? 31st March, right? So why it is happened? So guys, because today is what? 31st. It is going for E means end of the month. S means same date. Now when you say same date for what? After adding 5 years, what is the date value is coming? 2030 from 2025, which is called 31st October 2030 is coming 5 years added. So what we do here, it is very simple to understand. We can say the significance of B with int and x. NX function. B stands for beginning date. A stands for same date. E stands for ending date. Is this clear? All clear to you guys, everyone? Okay. So we have done this example here. Now I can just go and delete this. Is not required to you all. I don't know why I've given multiple examples. Now there is something called year cutoff. So why year cutoff is required? If I say 00, which 0 it is saying? If you say 00, which 0 it's saying? Is it 2000, 1900? If you run this program, what is happening guys here? This 00 is reading as what?
2000.
90 is reading as what?
1990.
23 is reading this as what? Are you getting this? But if you're using options year cutoff 1800, what it will do? 00 will read this as what? 1800. 90 will read this as what? 1890. This is 1823. So we go for year cutoff to get 1800, 1890, and 1823. So what is year cutoff saying? Even if your date value year is coming 2 digits, if you want to read the 2 digits, Citibank, how many years old bank? How many years old bank? Citibank, around 160, 170 years old. Imagine there are some account was open, legacy account. Legacy account. The family is continuing further. It is in 1800 something, right? How will read that date? You have to use options year cutoff as 1800 to start this. Otherwise, it will read everything as what? 1960 onwards. Now, this is an interview question which has been asked. What do you see, guys, here? There is a student name, SQL, SAS, Python, machine learning. I'll give this example to you in an Excel file. We have also done this in Okay. So first of all, so guys, this is a table. Okay. Tell me, student name is given, student SQL, SAS, Python, machine learning is given. Now, what is the highest score? What is the max score? You will use what? Max of all this score. What is the index of this score? Max index. What will do here? Index of, not index. You will use match of what? 90 over. Is this clear? Are you getting this, guys? What we are doing in Excel?
Yes.
Yes.
Now you want to get the max subject name. Got a very bad. Okay. So how to get this max subject name? I write equal sign index function. This is my array, right? Which is the column index? This is my column index. The row index is going to be 1 only. Same. What is fixed here? This is fixed. If I drag, I got some error. Why I got the error?
The
Okay, look at here. If you are searching for
$700.
no. What is happening here, guys? When you go for down here, it is K8 to this is K9 to, and this is also perfect. No, what is wrong? Okay, because of these two numbers are given here same, right? 1 minute. 89, put it as 90. Okay. Okay. So what is the highest mark in this? 90, right? What is the highest mark in this? 80. What is the highest mark in this? What is the highest mark in this? Right? So let's say I put it as 98. Okay. What is this coming here? Now in this case, I will search for the position of what? Within what? Match lookup is what? 0. Is this clear now? When I drag this down, is it coming correct? What I'll do here, I'll search the subject name. I'll write what? Index. Index is what is the array? This is my array. Now index will also say that what is the row number? Row number is 1. What is the column index? Column index is coming from here. What is going to fix here? My array will never change. Now if I drag this down, I get it. So ultimately, I don't need this. Hide. I want to get, this is the output. You got it now? Are you getting this? Everyone. So how to get this output using SAS? How to get this output using SAS? Now this is the example. What we are doing here, we are writing data student score max from student score table, which you have created here. Okay, let me run this. Now I'm creating array column, which is from SQL to machine learning. This is the array statement. Index of max, you are using a function which in going to take the maximum from this value from SQL to machine learning. Max of SQL, this of column. Now max of application details is going to be vname. Vname is variable name from the column name, which is coming from the index of max. Now if you run this program, you get the same result which is coming. What is happening here? It is going to give you index of max number where it is coming. Then the var name, vname is going to search within this column ask for the index max. Which column name is going to put? If it's the column number 4, machine learning, if the column number 1, SQL, if the column number 2, SAS, that is how the output is coming. Is this clear now, guys? This is an interview question, guys. If this is asked using your SQL, we have done in SQL programming. Have you done this in SQL programming also? We have done this. We have done this in SQL. It is not covered in SQL. Covered, right? In SQL, we use what? Case with max row. Yes or no? Right. Same thing is here. We are doing it. So now, by doing this, I can say we have finished the SAS function part here. Let's do functions by examples. What does it mean? So we have given in your folder for the day 3, we are given functions by example Excel file. Let me open this Excel file for you guys. This is the data we want to get. For example, order date is given. Order ID, we have to get the country code. We have to get the order number. From the order date, we want to get order year, order year, month, day, quarter, how to get the days gap, how to get the age of this customer, then age bucket, how to find out the customer first name, last name. These all things we'll be doing it now from this example data, right? So what I'll do first, I'll go for importing this data to my SAS environment. So what I'll do here, first of all, I'll be going for looking at this code for day 3 data. I will say upload a file. I'll search for this file, which will come from my day 3 data. I'll click on SAS functions by examples and upload this file here. Now I have a data set which is, I have Excel file which has been uploaded to my raw data folder that is called SAS functions by examples. How will you go for doing this? You will write options valid var name is equal to v7. I'll write here proc import out is equal to, I will start with I haven't created the library called day 3. So what I'll do first, I must create my day 3. And what will I do here? I'll give the path of my SAS dataset folder in day 3. Done. Since I have created my library, now I'll go back to read my data. I will say day 3 dot global underscore sales. Then I'll write what here, guys? Data file. There I have to give this file path. Then immediately write here dbms is equal to xlsx. Replace sheet is equal to, what the sheet name? I want to read it here, guys. Data. I'll call this data here. Now you will be running this program to get the output. When you're getting this output, your output has come to this file here. Okay. Now, since this output has come, what I'll write here, proc contains data is equal to dataset name with random and short. Why do I do that? Because I want to get all my header. I'll go for all my header here, right? Is Gayatri there? Okay. Now you would be just keeping the column name like this. You keep the column name. I have so many columns. I need to go for creating the data transformation to this particular table. So I write here proc SQL create table global underscore sales version 1 arch select. These are the field name. Okay, guys. from, what is the table name? And you will say quit. Now, as per this file, what is it getting here? Getting the order ID, first two letter as what? Country code. Then from these two onwards is going for order number. So how to get this? How to get the country code? You write what? Substring function bracket start close. We'll take this order ID from 1 to 2. Is this clear? Aj? Clear now, guys? Are you getting this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now, what you will do here, since your country code is created, you'll go for next is what? Order number. That is going to come from where? From 9th position. If you compare this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to, let's say 10 characters. So I'll say 9 to 15 characters. I just give it like this. Order number. From order date, what I want to get here? Day function of what? Order date as what? Order day. How to read the day name? Put order date with, what is that? Do name dot. I'll not give anything. It's called order day name. Yes or no? Same thing. I'll put it as what? Month of order date. As what? Order month. What light here? Month name. To as what? Order month name. Yes or no? Year function of as what? Order year. Right? Week day function of as what? Order week of what? Order date as what? Order week. Shipping date is given int nx by day between order date to, this is int ck, days gap na. So you call this as what? As days gap in delivery. Yes or no, guys? Everyone? Right.
Yes, sir.
Customer ID is given, customer name. You want to get what? Customer first name. So look at the data. How the customer name is coming. What is this delimiter in between? Space. You write what? Customer name. 1 to find in customer name. What will find here?
C.
Space. -1 as customer F name. You'll go for customer last name. Find. Or you can use index. Right. Plus 220. Customer last name. Date of birth. What light here? INTCK. Year of what? Okay. To today's date. Right. As what? Age. I want to go for creating an age bucket. Case. When greater than equal to 60. Then old age. When INTCK year greater than equal to 40. You call them as mid age. Right. Else end as age bucket. Yes or no? right? What is it saying after this? Once you have this age bucket, customer first name, last name, replace postal code. What do you want to do here? You want to replace the postal code. Wherever the blank is coming, you replace by what? How do you go for replacing this? Which function we will use to replace, guys? Sorry. What light here?
Trans what?
So you would be writing here case when postal code is dot. Then what? Call this 5 times 9. Else postal code is postal code, right? And as postal code. We'll see if it is working or not. Okay. Market. What do you want to calculate here? Discount, discounted amount. How will you get the discounted amount? So you will say sales multiplied with what? As discounted, right? What do you want to calculate? Sales after discount. What do I write here? Sales minus calculated as what? Sales after discount. Yes or no? Profit. How to get the profit margin? Profit divided by calculated sales after discount as profit margin. You can create this expression in a bracket here. Are you getting this, guys?
Yes.
Right. Now, how do you want to format this? $15 dot. How do you want to dollar this? Here, you will be formatting as what? 10 dot. Does it make sense to all of you guys?
Yes.
1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Hello. Yes. Yeah, I'm in a class. I'll call you back. Okay. Does it make sense to all of you guys? Now, let me go and run this program. Done. I got some error. Why I got the error? No, I didn't put a comma. Now run this query. I expect some error will come. Nothing wrong with that. I got the next error where I got age underscore bucket. Where is that? Right. I will expect some error, no doubt. What I'll do here? I got one more error. Where I got the error? Profit margin. Where is the profit margin? It should be profit underscore margin. Calculated is a keyword which is coming from the right. Now I got my output here. Yes or no? How will I see my output now? I will write proc export data. Yes or no? Out file is equal to, I'll give the path of this output folder where I'll give the file name as global sales underscore exp dot xlsx file. dbms would be what? xlsx replace. I'll just export this file to see my output now. Exported. The file has been exported. Why is taking time? It is 50,000 records has been exported now. You can see 51,000 records exported. I can right click, download the file. The file is getting downloaded here. If I go and check the file, it make more sense to read the data now. Are you able to see this data, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So let me go and read this data for you. One by one. Order ID, country code, order number is also come. Order date, order day name is coming. Order month name is coming. Order year is coming. Weekday is coming. Week number is coming, and weekday is also coming. Days gap in delivery is coming. So already we got these are the fields, which is all transformed today. Yes or no, guys, everyone?
Yes.
Right? We transform this feed, then moving to this, we got the customer first name, last name transformed. We got the customer age to age bucket transformed. We also transformed here. Oh my God, what is happening here? I did a mistake. When I say the program should be going with what? I said case when postal code, else only postal code I should write. Okay, that's the mistake I did. Nothing to worry. I understood where the mistakes are. Now, since it has been rectified, right? Run this query to create the table one more time. I believe this postal code will not create any issues this time. Do you see the postal code, guys? Is all coming correct now?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So this is corrected. Okay. Now we got sales field to discounted amount. Using this discounted is a calculated field. We calculated field, we got it sales after discount. From calculated sales after discount to profit, we got profit margin. But how it looks like in your environment of your SAS, you can move to the next columns here. So these are all the columns. You can just go and click on it if you want to present. Click on all the columns, which is coming in the right side. You can see since you have given this as the currency format and percentage format, it is coming by the currencies. Yes or no? Why it is coming in this bracket? Because it's a negative value, negative integer value. That's why it is coming like this. So this is how, guys, we understand how to go for SAS functions to manipulate the data. What is pending now? This is the part, right? So I just request you to end this class today here.